Michael Carroll and Tyler Hughes. Yesterday when we were talking to the emergency responders outside, one of the things that we realized really quickly that there was a lot of frustration with the dated technology and the inability to access situational awareness and other data that's needed at the scene of either a fire or some kind of a disaster. We're not talking about big natural disasters here. We're talking about the day-to-day disasters of fires and emergency responses to those kinds of things. One of the things that we realized right away was that the fire trucks don't exactly know what other trucks are on the scene or who's coming, or police or ambulances, where they are in relationship to the scene in real time. What they do is a lot of times rely on talking to the dispatcher, trying to find out where the other units are, stuff like that. So we wanted to make a web-based app so that it's easily accessible, that will display all the different emergency vehicles that are currently being assigned to that particular incident. One of the things is that as the fire trucks and the first responders get close to the scene, we didn't quite get, actually they can identify the scenes too. Behind the icon. There we go. So this can be an event that would automatically pop up as the fire truck gets close to the structure that's involved in the incident, and it's the pre-planned fire plan. And what it does is it shows not only the floor plan and where some vital equipment is that needs to be dealt with in a fire situation, like the electrical turnoff, the gas turnoff, that kind of thing. But it also can show, which is the one with pictures. There we go. It can also show the inside, like a street view of what to expect, what to expect inside the building at various locations, and this would also include, as you can see here, the electrical turnoff and the gas turnoff. This is where they would have to go to see that. What we really want to do is get that on a split screen and go forward from there.
Any questions from judges?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you interface with packages such as Firehouse or any of the packages that are currently used to import that pre-fire planning data?
We didn't. I'm not aware. I don't think any of us were aware of that particular software. We'd have to look at the APIs that are involved in it. Ours is an API or a sockets driven. What we really would like to do, what we wanted to do, was to integrate this with GeoQ. And we're on a leaflet map base, and they're on a leaflet map base, so we think the interface would be fairly easy to accomplish. But any software that has APIs or any ability to communicate, we would be able to interface with that. We'd have to look at them as we go. Again, what we really are trying to accomplish here is a web-based, I can't emphasize that enough. I think that NGA people were trying to emphasize that yesterday. By being web-based, you don't have to have a big, expensive platform like an Intergraph system that to display these icons and stuff. You've got the basic browser, which will allow you to easily integrate this into one of the things in a production system. We would have security, of course, so that we're thinking that as a incident arises, there would be a password for that incident, and automatically that password would be distributed to people who are on duty rosters and on a chain of command line. And then if they felt somebody else needed to see where these vehicles were, it could be accessed by anybody and reconfigured in real time.
So essentially, need to know.
Yeah, need to know or in real time, yeah.
So you were saying it's web-based. Is there any particular web services?
It's where our stack, we're using a Node.js stack. Is that what you mean? Yeah, we're using a Node.js stack. It's all basically open source type of software that we would be using. And we envision this as being a tablet based that sits on the dashboard of the vehicle. And one of the other things we would like to incorporate into it is voice recognition, so that you can say zoom into this or zoom that, or show me this screen, show me that screen.
So it could be integrated with any.
It would be situated anywhere within the cabin of a vehicle.
Where do you envision the location information being derived from? Is it something that's coming?
The fire department is currently compiling a lot of that right now. Every new building has to have that information, and it's being put into a cloud database.
I'm sorry, I wasn't being clear that GPS information is coming from the vehicle location.
Where's it coming from?
Yeah, so
On that tablet that is on their
it's
dashboard?
coming directly.
So it's, yeah, it's an Android-based application that is on that Android tablet, which sends it to our server. All the other vehicles can look at it, but that vehicle also knows which icon it is, so that as that vehicle gets close to the incident, that's when the screen comes up with the additional information. Using sockets, one of the things that I think is a real advance in this is that by using sockets, we'll be able to push information from dispatch and from other commanders, et cetera, to the vehicle without them having to go search for it or push buttons or try and bring it up. So that the push technology is a very important part of this.
Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you. Okay, just
Got it.
one.
So the push technology is also pushing to the main server, right?
Yeah.
Through homeland. Okay.
Yeah, it's sockets both ways.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Big round of applause.